President Trump calls Fox News fake news for citing unfavorable poll numbers. Dumbass also linked to the wrong ABC News in his tweet. Apparently, he is out for the Australian Broadcasting Corp. How the fuck is he not a complete laughingstock to more people? I'm pretty sure he is to the rest of the world. We in India make fun of him 90% of the time. Other times we worry about war happening.
And from the rest of the world, can confirm.
Rest of the world here, frequently, laughing at him. Rest of the world too. It's like a weird comedy show where a moron is president of the freaking USA. Wait, we have our share of stupid, corrupted president, but man, we gotta admit, Trump is surprising. Is USA presidential election in 1 or 2 round? In my country, when a stupid racist candidate has a lot of votes in the first turn, the media and public kind of make a union vote not to let him win the second and decisive round. So it's usually a landslide vote for whatever other candidate. AFAIK. You have to win a nomination from your party to run, and then you campaign to become president. Unfortunately, the right-wing media in USA seems to be just as up, evil, racist, greedy, etc. as Trump. So they function as a propaganda machine for the Republican Party, much like a state-run network in the old Soviet Union. Yeah, it's most of the world, and then the majority of Americans. Only the stupid racist people like him because he validates their bullshit. That's unfortunately 40% of Americans. Probably closer to 20 to 30%, but they all turn out and vote. Which means they count. And the tens of millions who didn't vote can suck on an old tea towel. For all the good their indifference or their protest vote mattered. By the numbers, only 20% of the registered voters in 2016 voted for him, so I think it would be extremely generous to say that up to 30% of all Americans support him. While he's drummed up fear, 2018 had a higher turnout for Republican voters as well. I think it's hard to argue that he's driven away a lot of allies. Many libertarians don't like him because of his tariffs and trade policies put in place. Some religious fundamentalists don't like him because within a month of his inauguration, he said, "I'm not going to do squat about outlawing abortion or gay marriage." It remains to be seen what 2020 will be, though Russian, and I'm sure Republican, bots are already out in force to encourage apathy and push both sidisms. 42.5% as of this writing. As a Brit, I can't get my head around this. I figured if anyone could understand it, it would be a Brit, because the same thing happened with Brexit. Nobody realized just how many people are outside of the popular social bubbles, and they all came out to vote. Yeah, and also as a Brit, we can't really criticize because on top of the emergent Brexit disaster, we are about to end up with a human potato called Boris as our prime minister. He's pretty much the UK's version of Trump.